Welcome back to the ESL Pro League. I am your host, Ryu, and joined here at the Xfinity desk by none other than Dazed. And before we preview this first map, I wanted to take a moment to thank one of the sponsors that helps to make this season possible. They quenched your thirst during the pregame. They quenched Blue's thirst every day. That is Mountain Dew. Thank you, Mountain Dew, for your continued support of the ESL Pro League. Now, looking at this first map, Dust2, EchoFox, OpTic. We saw yesterday, EchoFox, we know that they're a good Dust2 team. Haven't seen OpTic play this yet, so we take a look at their roster. And we mentioned in the pregame, it's important that we see Tarek wield the firepower we know he's capable of. We talked a little bit about Stanislaw as we take a look. Stanislaw, Naf, Tarek, Rush, and Mixwell, the five we're familiar with. What do you think of Stanislaw as a player? You mentioned higher skill cap than Daps, the player that he's kind of replacing, sort of in that weird shuffle they did. Do you think he's at the level of some of the rest of his teammates?
You know, sometimes he is, sometimes he isn't. He's kind of like Snacks Light, all right?
Snacks Light,
yes.
I like that.
Yes,
Snacks
so
Light.
he plays like that kind of play style. Obviously, he's not as good as Snacks.
I'm just picturing like the Snacks facial hair. You know, he's got that like wicked.
We put it on Stan.
I can see Stan's a lot growing that.
Yeah. No, I think he's like Snacks Light. He plays that similar play style. He tries like underhanding through smokes, doing all these tricky things. And sometimes it works really well. I don't know if it's going to work really well against people like Nip and you know, Navi and really top teams, but I think he's a pretty damn good player. I've been impressed with him for over like a year now, actually.
Well, fortunately for OpTic Gaming, they are not playing Nip today. We are going to see as we take a look at the EchoFox roster. Yesterday, an impressive win to get a map off of the previously undefeated Cloud9. Roka and Rix played well. We actually saw Roka pick up the op a little bit yesterday. He was actually impressive with it. Is that something you'd expect to see with that five that we see here on the screen?
I mean, I would expect it to be Sean, but I don't mind if Roka picks it up. I mean, in my opinion, your secondary op doesn't even have to be somebody who's 100%, you know, if you have two ops, that person uses it every time. I actually think it's better to do it by committee. Like if you're on CT side and you notice a tendency of the Ts, you know, off their default, and you're like, hey, I could just op and kill this guy. Just give me it. I know exactly what he's doing. It's a lot easier for that guy to kill him than to give it to somebody else and tell him to do it. And
what about the importance of where a player spawns on a map like Dust2, where the spawns are pretty well known? Like on T side, if someone's got that long spawn, do you try to, you know, pass the op down?
I mean, it's absolutely an option. You don't have to do it every single time.
Did you say option? Because that was some good wordplay. I don't know if that's what you said.
It wasn't on purpose,
okay.
But no, it's definitely an option. But for sake of consistency, it's probably not something that you see too often. If you have two ops, go for it. But generally, if you just have a main opper, you know, once in a while you might do that on Dust2, but you know that's pretty rare on any other map. You know, usually want the consistency to have Guardian just opping the same spots like every time.
And we mentioned Mixwell's been playing really well. Shazam's actually been playing exceptionally well compared to maybe his previous baseline. Who do you think has the advantage, primary op to primary op in this map?
Well, I think in like a pure op battle, I actually think maybe Shazam. But when it comes to rotation, pretty much every other part of Counter-Strike, including rifling, I'd pick Mixwell.
Well, I mean, that's pretty decisive. Yeah, Mixwell's been playing some really good CSGO.
No, Mixwell was like OpTic's rock. Like, he's always putting up numbers. He's always doing his job. He's actually really versatile. You know, he could rifle, he could op, he could entry, he could lurk. He plays really good Counter-Strike.
Yeah, and I know recently there's been people that have kind of recognized and started to appreciate his attitude, his work ethic, the fact that he came to a team that people accused of maybe, you know, kind of coasting a little bit and brought a little bit of that fire. How important is it to have a player like that says, like, guys, look how hard I'm working. You guys need to just stay at my level and maybe put in a little bit more work?
Yeah, and hopefully that will, you know, go with his teammates and get everybody else to put in a little bit more work.
Yeah, and it's obviously had an impact. I think the players are ready. So we're going to throw this one over to Moses and the Bears.
Hey.
There's that caffeine. Yeah, welcome over to the casting desk, I guess this would be. And yeah, we are going to get live with OpTic versus EchoFox. Big playoff implications tonight. Going to be huge as these two teams jockey. EchoFox has, I think, a little bit surprisingly put themselves in a good position to make playoffs.
Yeah, they beat Cloud9, an undefeated team last night, and so that's definitely a huge momentum boost and going to carry them so far, you know, into today's match.
Well, the scary part is, I mean, OpTic has been playing at a really sick level recently. I mean, they've had some good wins. They've been doing a very good job in some of these qualifiers that they've played in. And just for a start that it looked like it was getting out rocky once Tarek joins this team. They had all that confusion about the rosters that they were going to use, who was in, who was out. And now that they have this settled, I have to say they've exceeded my expectations. So what about yours? close?
Yes, they have a little bit. OpTic, as they first came along with Tarek, kind of a little shaky, but kind of picked up a lot. Especially
No
being something-
shakes now.
No shakes now. Tarek, it seems like he's always been on the team. He's playing well. He's a good teamwork and communication. At least it looks like it.
That's what it appears.
What it appears, but appears.
You know what they
appearance
say
can
about
be
appearances, yeah.
deceiving.
They can be deceiving, but live into the pistol round, we will see what OpTic can do here. This has been a good map for EchoFox. Obviously, they just played it twice against Cloud9, so a lot of information that OpTic could have gained from those matches. They took this map away from Cloud9 the first time around. They've won this map against Na'Vi as well. So OpTic, they could have their hands full here with a pretty strong EchoFox team. Stans has now spotted 2 players out towards long. Unbeknownst to him, all 5 players are actually there.
Yeah, and because of this, Tarek has already pushed up middle, and he's going to be flanking long, so they know that everyone is going to be hitting long right now.
Yeah, Stan's got to have more shots like that. He's going to get 2 more. That's huge from Stan. He's going for more, but he can't. That flank is on the way, though, and there it is, coming to fruition. Tarek gets 1 more. Rix, he's going to plant the bomb, but there's really not a whole lot else he can expect out of this. So 1-on-3, he's got nowhere to go, no armor whatsoever, and Naf is distracting him long enough and just cleans it up. But what a play from Stan. What a tough angle to get those kinds of kills there.
Yeah, he was kind of in the sight. It's some weird little angle, but he managed to hit 3 headshots. And I mean, at pistol, I'll take 3 headshots from my teammates.
Yeah, well, I mean, it looks so good for EchoFox as well because Mixwell comes over to support when they didn't realize all 5 were there, and he fell so quickly. Even Stan gets gooshed a little bit, and Stan, he gets aggressive here because he knows he has to. It's his only real option. If he stays passive, he's just going to get overwhelmed. So, I mean, what an individual effort from him.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that angle he was at. It was
Keep in mind, he's the guy they originally dropped when Tarek came in, so they've got to be, I mean, at least for this 1 pistol round, they're very happy that he's still on the squad. No armor investment for EchoFox. They did get that plant, so the 3rd round buy is probably going to be a real thing. Another plant here would be icing on the cake.
A little icing, a little cherry on top, maybe. You like your cherries on top, Jason?
Yeah, I guess. I guess I like the cherry on top.
But EchoFox, they are having 3 people towards that lower B tunnels, and it looks like all 5 are towards that middle area. So it's distracting. Tarek, though, spots them. They got a nice little crossfire in the middle with Mixwell kind of baiting. Well, little bait and switch.
Yeah, I mean, this could be brutal as well if EchoFox tries to catch Tarek off guard. But the big issue isn't even the lack of armor on the EchoFox side. It's the lack of utility. They have no flashbangs to even give themselves a window of opportunity. They have no smoke to block anything off. So even if they get this kill onto Tarek, I mean, there's not really realistically anywhere else they can go. They do find 1, and Tarek's going to clean it out. A good hold, a nice little bait and switch. Mixwell only gets 1, but it's no big deal. Here come the AK-47s, more than likely.
Yes, and let's see if EchoFox will continue what they were doing against Cloud9 last night. They were just holding the mid, probably slow default, and then eventually holding up Cat and taking long. And it looks like they're sending all 5 people towards this end of long area. It looks like a fast long take. Rick's going to hop right out. Rush dodges an 8. He gets 1 kill, gets 2. Mixwell and Rush just taking him down.
Yeah, I mean, that delayed flash from OpTic to control long was so well. The first guy's blind, and it's also bottlenecked that entire choke point. So Mixwell gets 2, Rush chimes in with 1, and a huge advantage very quickly for OpTic. So Freakazoid, his plan, he gets up catwalk fast, going to try and cut off the rotations back towards the site. But OpTic's going to play a little bit of a retake. They know this is a buy, and they're just saying, we have a huge advantage. Why risk losing someone at rail when we can just 100% win the round on a retake? Tarek trying to stop the plant, but it's not going to happen. It's just down to Roka inside the site. Going to try and punish a jump, but he's got nothing. Can't land the shot, and the recoil is too hard to handle. So OpTic Gaming out to a quick 3-0 lead.
And even though Team EchoFox got the bomb down, OpTic were able to retake the bomb site without losing any more people, which is very nice,
yeah.
Especially on a gun round, It adds up in the long run, Jason.
It does, and actually they switch all over to AK-47s.
AK on CT side,
that's pretty dirty. And they've got, I mean, they've got a lot of money. That's the point you're making with those 4 players surviving. As you can see, Naf, Rush, and Stan all over 6K. So a long way to go now for EchoFox as they've let this money build up. What do you think about, you're going to do this 3rd round buy, and you don't actually execute like any kind of like tactic, any kind of information gathering. You just kind of go for very fast long play. And do you think that's actually viable? I mean, I know it's going to work sometimes, but
I think it is kind of viable. I think they want to take the long range with AKs versus if they saved any submachine guns. But again, people knew that they were buying because they they had the bomb planted on the first round. So it could work.
It's just like if
it's
you're
poorly
the in-game lead,
executed.
yeah. I guess that's well, it was countered very well by OpTic as well with that
Yes.
delayed flash. That was sick. So not all necessarily the fault of the tactic that was called. Some good play from OpTic, and again a little bit more utility this time on the save for EchoFox. That smoke at the corner, so they've isolated Rush, but another really good flashbang. He can't land the shots. Now he's in trouble. He gets one. He gets two, and actually a third, so Rush does it all himself. Naf was there to help out, but he wasn't needed, so no one falls on this round, and more money in the bank for OpTic now.
Yeah, that was a nice little teamwork by OpTic. I like it. He was hiding kind of behind the smokes, though EchoFox could not see him behind the smoke, and he just cleaned up well. It was a good job staying alive in the pit, and nice run by OpTic to stay alive. They have so much money right now in the 5th round. Buy for a couple more rounds after this if they lose.
Yeah, they've passed the early tests. Now Shazam finally has that AWP in hand, and they mentioned on the desk, he's been playing so very well lately. He's been a huge impact for EchoFox, so he's got to try and get him started off here.
Yeah, and EchoFox, they're going to go back to their default where they have 2 lower tunnels and kind of just sitting back at the end of Catwalk, just holding, trying to pick off of Shazam's ult. They do smoke off Catwalk.
Oh,
Sean Garrett.
Yeah, what a double kill from him. That's huge. Rush is trying to clear a corner, but it's the wrong one. Mixwell now, he's got to choose if he wants to defend mid or get into the bomb site. He chooses mid, which is going to allow free passage, and he doesn't even time it properly. Shazam is able to punish him, so this 5th round is going to go the way of EchoFox. They've got a 5-on-2, and I think Stan and Naf just say save the weapons now.
Yeah, that was a little risky by OpTic. They had no information on the map yet, and they decided to push lower B tunnels. Usually you want to push B tunnels if you spot like 3-4, maybe mid or long, and then push kind of B tunnels. But Sean Garrett's just waiting for them and just quickly just rush towards B after.
I mean, it's a fantastic play from Sean, or fantastic shots from Sean, because
yes.
even if he gets traded off, that's kind of, it's a win for OpTic in the sense that they have the information they need. But the fact that he gets both kills there really exposed them. You can see Mixwell had to put himself in a really awkward spot just to try and keep them in the round. Wasn't able to do it.
Yeah, and I've seen Sean camp that spot pretty often on this map. If you watch other EchoFox's matches on Dust2, he's sometimes always up on that box.
It's a nice angle because you can see it. Rush was the first one through, and he was trying to clear that corner to the right. So I mean, it's punishing anyone trying to hard clear that corner. So you kind of have to take a risk if you're pushing that as a CT. You can see here, Rush is just looking the wrong way. It's kind of just a 50-50, but that response on a Tarek is so nice.
Yeah,
so nice.
Tarek,
here's look at this buy from Stanislaw, the auto sniper.
There we go. Starting strong, starting fast. 6th round auto sniper. Why not? He has so much money.
Well, yeah, I mean he does, but I mean that the economy's going to start dwindling. They've got a couple players already low. Mixwell's at 150, Tarek's down to 2,000, and Stan at 3,700. So that money that had been built up, it's only it looks so impressive. But that CT side, we always talk about the economy on CT side being very difficult to manage. Helps when you get this opening pick onto Freakazoid. That's a good find, and now Rix is going to be solo up Catwalk for the moment.
Yeah, Rick's pulling up Catwalk. He spots no one right now, so he cleared up to this single box in Catwalk. EchoFox, though, is pretty spread out still. We got Sean Garrett in the upper B tunnels, and Roka, who's outside long. And now they're just going to kind of sit back, maybe hopefully pick someone off in the middle. Shazam's just holding an angle right now as Roka comes up Catwalk. And it looks like EchoFox probably do an A take here.
It's interesting they have the auto sniper at the back of B, the op in mid, and then they have an AK-47 at rail. So if this is a Catwalk hit, there's no real opper to kind of play that spot that we typically see here. And actually both the sniper rifles defending the B bomb site. So a little bit scary for the OpTic side of things if they are forced into a situation to retake A. That's going to be tough to manage. So if EchoFox can actually get into this site, they've only got Naf to deal with, and they can have a big advantage in the post plant. Here come the smokes. Like we said, Naf is going to have a big job to do. He's only got one flashbang out. Molotov is going to force him out of position. That's a good Molotov. And you can see he's creeping closer, not burning this time. There's a kill, and Naf responds, but he only gets one. Down into a 3-on-3, and this is that retake, but Mixwell coming up Catwalk, and Tarek with one more shuts it down. That happens so quick. Mixwell close up to those doors had such a fast flank.
Yeah, Mixwell being that up in mid, he saw the it come out mid. He heard him take up catwalk, and he just kind of snuck right through.
He
right
actually
behind him.
he actually beat Sean, who was supposed to be watching that from upper B tunnels. He was rotating into lower to kind of watch that mid flank, but because he was so close to mid, Sean didn't know it was going to be that fast. So Mixwell actually gets past him, and then the follow-up teammate actually eliminates Sean. So good job overall from OpTic, preventing any kind of plant or retake scenario. A missed shot from Shazam, and long control goes the way of OpTic.
Yeah, Rush is playing this.
Ooh, he
long
spams
solo.
right through the smoke. Roka at that angle. He wasn't hiding himself whatsoever, so an easy kill for Rush.
Yeah, and if you played against Roka, you know that he plays a lot of his positions the same. You know, he's always in the same spot. He doesn't change it up that often, so I'm sure OpTic knew that this guy plays long a lot.
Smoke out in mid, and EchoFox, this is what you mentioned just last night. They always had mid control. They always worked their way up catwalk, but where do they want to put it now? It seems like the idea for OpTic is they've run this Mixwell Tarek bait and switch setup, one both in mid, one close up behind the doors. They've run this so many times. It seems like they want to punish EchoFox for gaining catch control and falling back into a mid to B split. They're prepared for that.
Yes, they are, and Shazam is trying to sneak down middle. If he doesn't have a person clearing his right side, he's going to get ran over there if he runs out middle. But looks like right now he's just holding it, you know, not making a move. Spots the person on his left. He spotted that nade, so he knows one person to the left. So this might work for Mixwell.
Well, he's going to lead the way out. He's not going to clear close right. There's one kill for Mixwell. There's more coming, though. He's spotted two. Now Tarek with the up. He's going to get bailed out by Naf in the A side. That's the bomb down as well. Smoke covers Naf, but Tarek lands an easy shot. And now even Stanislaw on the back of B. EchoFox gains nothing in that round. This defense from OpTic is so strong at the moment.
Yeah, they're playing a 2-1-2 defense, and EchoFox is getting pretty torn up by it. They might be feeling a little confused when they got so many rounds on Cloud9 and T side, and now they're down 1-6 on their T side. So I'm sure they have to mix things up a little bit, saying, hey, this isn't working.
Well, I mean, keep in mind, they did start out, oh, this is an aggressive play against just pistols, so they want to go for more. Mixwell's going farming. He's got an SMG. He wants to make some money, but he gets dinked immediately. That at least forces him back, and Tarek's got to fall as well. He gets dinked at range again, down to 21, and Mixwell at 14. They have EchoFox has lost a player, but I was going to say, keep in mind, last night against Cloud9, I mean, they did start out. I think it was something like right around 6-1 or 6-0 before they actually started that comeback to end the half 6-9. So not exactly done with the half just yet, because we have seen EchoFox recover on this very map.
This is very true, and with OpTic playing a 2-1-2 heavy setup, I prefer if I see EchoFox maybe do a long A split fast, you know, up catwalk, up long, just trying to overwhelm Nafly, who's just on the rail, only with a cult, and Rush, who's pretty much by himself a lot of times at long A.
Well, they did try that on the third round. They did try to do a long play fast, and it got destroyed, got decimated. They sent 4 bodies at it, and they made no progress. So this is tough, and on top of everything, Shazam, who's been so good for them lately, can't even afford an AWP. At this point, they need to start buying a little bit more frequently just to try and get rounds on the board, but look at the money. It's atrocious.
It's a lot, and OpTic mixing it up now. Now they send Mixwell out long. Oh, he kind of spotted, he fell back. So very smart change up by OpTic by leaving the 2-1-2 almost and just setting up the long setup. And now they're going to go back to the rail, though. They have Rush and Nafly kind of just holding that long rail. Rush, though, is going to back up Mixwell as EchoFox is going to work up this catwalk. Don't spot anything just yet.
Yeah, and Naf is here this time with the AWP. They've got 2 out towards long, but at least Naf is committed to this defense. Here comes the execution. What is he going to be able to do? He's going to watch for a jump down. Misses the shot, and he's got Stan can't get through that smoke, and Freakazoid is just entirely blinded. Naf is just protecting himself from drop, but when does Stan come through and try and bail him out? It's a little bit late, so Freakazoid gets 2 on the entry. That's a nice job done. That's everything you could have wanted out of Freakazoid in this round. A 5-on-3. Again on the drop. We saw that last night against Cloud9, how effective Freakazoid was at just taking out Skadoodle. This time he gets 2, and OpTic Gaming has already conceded the round.
Yeah, that was weird. OpTic looked like they knew, or kind of prepared for Fox to hop down after that cat take, and they tossed a flashbang exactly for him that hopped down, but they still got taken out by Freakazoid.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough angle for the Operative to go be aggressive at, because you also have to worry about people streaming out catwalk. Maxwell trying to snipe away with the SMG. I think he's going to get Sean killed by the bomb, and indeed, Sean actually throws the AWP to pass it to a teammate, so Shazam salvages it. Because Sean knows he's dying. So a heroic gesture from the in-game leader, leading by example.
You
but
know,
yeah, I mean,
you got to tie for the team.
Yeah, you can see here even Naf peeking, and he's trying to stop this Freakazoid, but the angle is already there, and Stan, just the timing doesn't work out. He comes in a little bit late. Freakazoid had already turned around, so second round for EchoFox. And they avoid the reset because their money, they had 3 players at 0 before that round began. Now back to the fast long play. This time they get out. Those delayed flashbangs don't work, and OpTic just has to concede it.
Yeah, now Maxwell's kind of in a kind of hard right now because he has a MP9 against rifles, and I wish he would have had at least a Colt or something, an M4 to be able to long range against these AKs. It's just, you know, you have so much money on your team. You have Rush who has $11,000. Like, have a Colt, you know? Like, I know MP9's all right, but, you know, it's a rifle round. You don't want to risk it too much against this team. It's a top team like EchoFox.
Well, Rix is gathering so much intel. He's got to hear this mid push behind him, and he's actually caught Rush off guard. Naf recovers nicely in a critical recovery because the A side is being taken. If Naf had fallen there, there more than likely is nothing that they can do on a retake. Molotov comes out, but it's burning Sean, so he's got to get out of the way. Delay the plant, and he takes a lot of damage, and now he's barely got any cover for Catwalk until that Molotov gets put down, and that nade hits the inside of a doorway. It's not going to go anywhere. So it's a 4-on-4 attempted retake. 3 players for OpTic coming up Catwalk. There's 3 players in the site or at the rail for EchoFox, so they are trapped in there at the moment. And here it comes, flashbang, they're all blind. That allows Mixwell to get a wide angle. He spots Sean and Roka even trying to cross the smoke. Somehow he gets away. Sean with the kill is gonna buy time for Freakazoid. That's gonna be a dangerous crossfire, but Roka doesn't even let him get there. Tarek responding, but he's not ready for Freakazoid. A good hold for EchoFox as they continue to come back into this match.
Yeah, nice play by Roka to change his spot up and able to make some people aim towards him in the smoke, and it causes his teammates to kind of peek a little bit and got some kills off of that. And then he ends up spraying down 2 people. So
I don't know how Roka survived trying to get crossover back towards the long. And speaking of crossing, Stanislav gets tagged on it. He's down to 36 over trying to cross through mid. So nice shot from I believe it was either Shazam or Sean. Obviously, they have the 2 ops. And there's Sean. He's also tagged up Tarek. So some very low HP players on the OpTic side to start things out, and they're both the mid to B players.
yeah, EchoFox going in their default. They have 3 people towards middle. Rix, though, is going to meet up with his teammates on Catwalk. Freakazoid is going to be entry killing up this Catwalk. They do have the bomb on Shazam. He's towards that middle area, but looks like he's backing off to the Catwalk area.
That's a very smart play we just saw from Sean's POV. He has to know that he tagged Tarek, and he knows when you tag someone, if they're low, they go to that headshot angle at the back of the B platform, because if they hits them in the head, doesn't matter their HP. Wait, hold that for the aggression. Mixwell gets traded off. But because he knows he's tagged him, he throws that nade out towards headshot, because that's likely where he would be, just to clean him off. But wisely, Tarek doesn't play there. Molotovs counter each other, slow things down in this 4-on-4. And again, OpTic has a pretty good read. They have 3 players on the A side of this map.
Yeah, Stanislav isn't in CT spawn. I'm sure he's hearing them hop up and everything in that area. Nafly, he sees the nades coming over, so they're about to execute towards A. They're going to drop down. Freakazoid drops down. He gets shot in the back by Nafly. Nafly with 2 kills, huge pickup. With 5 HP, he's jumping around, and then finally gets taken out by Sean. And now it's a 2-on-2 situation. EchoFox is at least going to get this bomb down for long, and Roka's in position to watch this bomb from long A.
Yeah, Naf does his job and more. That transfer over towards Catwalk, difficult to convert that kill, but he gets it. Tough part now is it looks like OpTic wants to boost up here, and I think Sean is watching that with the AWP, so this might just be a quick death for Stanislav. He pops up, but Sean misses the shot. That provides the opportunity. Molotov out, and Tarek's fighting in it. He does die, but he gets the kill, so that's going to be an easy defuse for Stanislav.
Nice retake by OpTic right there. It should have ended with Sean's shot, but he didn't deathmatch enough, and he missed a shot. That's what happens.
This transfer is so nice. Tough to control when you're getting tagged up by bullets as well. And yeah, here from Sean, if that's a kill, they more than likely win this round. Also, Roka a little delayed with that Molotov, but close call. OpTic win another one, and EchoFox another buy, but they're running out of money again because they're low in utility.
Yeah, they have only 3 smokes right now and 3 flashes. That's it for this map. And on a map like Dust2, you need a lot of smokes and flashes to be able to take over middle, push them back, and then eventually, if you want to take A, you need a couple more smokes and flashes. So they have to use their smokes very wisely. EchoFox will be just holding the middle, doing their thing. Rick's going to be creeping up catwalk. Mixwell is by elevator area, just kind of listening, trying to spot for things. He does pop flash, but nothing here. EchoFox is up the catwalk. And it looks like EchoFox is just going to slow it down right now.
Yeah, they have all the map control they can want. This is their default. Sean and upper B. They've got Roke out towards long, and then 3 players controlling catwalk and mid. So they're very comfortable with the setup they have at the moment. And also, I mean, there's just not a whole lot they can do to be active because they'll run out of nades for any execute they want to do later on. And this looks like what we saw last night. Late in the round, group up for a hit over towards the A bomb site. Rix is going to be a lurker off catwalk, try and drop down, try and cut off rotations. And Tarek is very alone on this B bomb site with an AWP as well. So you got to imagine a jump across, and Tarek, he's not going to be fooled by that peek. Molotov out, flashbangs as well. This is buying time. You can see now Stanislaw has rotated over. Tarek is just going to hold over these barrels, slide out slowly, loses it. Shazam gets the kill, and now it's on Stan, but he's not ready for the speed of that hit from Sean as the entry fragger, and there's the lurk coming to fruition. Textbook execution from EchoFox.
And nice pick-off kill by Shazam. I'm surprised Stanislaw did not smoke or flash or anything for Tarek in the B bomb site. He spotted them early, and from that point on, you know, don't take the risk of trying to re-peek it. You know, use your teammates, call out for nades, and then peek it if you want to take that shot.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting. I don't recall if he had one, but Stan was the one who came over on the support. It would be interesting to see if Stan had like a flashbang in his kit still for that round, because that is a situation where he played it so smart. He saw the jump, and instead of trying to go for the kill or re-peek into it or stick around too long, he actually hit and just delays with the Molotov and his flashbang. But that re-peek afterwards kind of negates all the good work he did.
Yeah, it was also a nice shot by Shazam, so you can't take too much from Tarek. I mean, he hit those shots. It's a shot he had to hit, and he hit it, and they won the round because of it almost.
Well, 8-4 now, and finally, you can see it's been such a strong economy for OpTic this whole half. It's finally dwindled. They're finally on their last buy. If they're to lose this one, it would be reset here at the end of this half, and that would allow EchoFox to get so incredibly close. It's evening things up, and there's a good start for OpTic.
Where did that flashbang come from?
That flashbang came from,
is that long A, maybe?
I think it came from catwalk. And
that was a nice flash, because right as he hopped out, he got blinded, and then Tarek peeked on that. So
yeah,
good
that was
teamwork by OpTic.
Very, very sick.
Looks like Roka's trying to lurk through smoke, but there are 2 people along A, so Roka smartly decides to fall back. Freakazoid and Rix are in the middle. They're going to just try to work and push back catwalk. Mixwell is lurking by those double doors, and he's just trying to listen for anything. Nothing yet. Rix does have the bomb in lower tunnels.
It is very interesting to see that OpTic gaming during a lot of this half. I mean, there's been a couple rounds where they've put someone at railing, but for the most part, it's 2 players mid, 2 players long. And actually, Freakazoid pulls out an 8. He's not ready for someone to be there, but they miss the kills, and there's too quickly for EchoFox. Mixwell and Stan both fall. Now Tarek with an AWP has got to make a decision. What does he choose to watch? That smoke could delay things. You got to imagine that EchoFox is going to come right through this because they've lost all map control. 2 players pushing out long for OpTic, and they've spotted Roka. Tarek can get nothing done, though. Freakazoid coming through the smoke in B. That's an open bomb site, and the 2 players, Rush and Naf, they did spot Roka, so they're going to try and eliminate him. Naf is just guessing, and he does find it. He knew he was there, and he just sprays the smoke, but it's all on Naf now, and he might not even have an avenue to get back into this.
No, OpTic missed 2 kills in that mid. I thought they'd at least kill one of those people hopping up in the Xbox, because EchoFox was taken completely off guard in that area with Freakazoid holding out his nade.
Yeah.
He's hopping around, and they miss, and that's at this level of play, you get taken out.
Well, then the table started with 2 quick kills for EchoFox, so they've done it. They've reset the economy at so late on round 14 now. You're going to see, I don't think there's anything that OpTic can really buy here. They might invest in a scout or some upgraded pistols, but EchoFox, despite a very slow start, much like we saw the other night, they have made adjustments. And now that they're putting themselves in a position to catch up and have potentially an 8-7 half, which would be fantastic considering this is 7-1 at one, or 6-1 at one point.
Yeah, nice comeback by EchoFox, showing signs of life as yesterday, almost the same thing where they're down so early and then they managed to come back and actually eventually win the first map.
And
OpTic though, but I mean it's 8 rounds at CT side, which is still pretty good. I mean it's respectable.
the key to this comeback for me is the fact that they're doing it with Shazam on 2 kills. Shazam has been such an important player for them, an impact player for them in recent times, and he's done nothing this game. So outside of that 1 pick on a Tarek, I don't think he's had any great impact.
Yeah, it's a team effort by EchoFox. They're showing that they can play as a team when need to be. And Mixwell now getting 2 USB kills. Shazam, though, he picks off 1. It's still in favor for OpTic, but they do manage to pick up the 2 guns outside long. Tarek just kicking out Rick. I don't know, Rick's kind of playing a risky move right there.
Maybe,
really necessary.
maybe panicking a little bit, thinking that he had to make a play for his team, but he's doing it all alone, and actually now Tarek's been spotted out. So still an opportunity left in this round, still life in EchoFox. They're going to get this bomb planted. Sean's got a smoke, but this flank from B tunnels is going to be very quick. Mixwell has an AWP, Naf has an AK-47. That AWP is going to be a little bit negated. It's all about how Sean holds B tunnels, and he's got an AWP of his own. So it should be pretty nice. Should be a little bit of aim practice for him. Either way, a huge round if EchoFox can pull this off. Here comes Rush. When is Sean going to peek up? And he somehow misses that shot. I'm not quite sure how. Freakazoid recovers for it. Mixwell, he lands a quick flick, but there it is. Down into a one-on-one. Mixwell's got to hurry up. No kit, and he does win it. What a sick shot with the USP, and this is going to be close. This would be really unfortunate for EchoFox if they couldn't handle it.
Yeah, it's going to be down the wire. He's going to get it.
I think he's got it, and he does. OpTic pull off the miracle somehow. Mixwell with 4 kills in that round. That's massive. So, oh, what a heartbreaking round for EchoFox.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate with no kit and everything. And they come in and just defuse the bomb at the very last second. It's almost like if I just stay alive 1 second longer, we would have won the round. But
you know, Sean's
hindsight.
sitting at his computer just being like, how did that shot not hit? That first shot he took where he just stood up.
That's true. I thought that shot hit my screen at least.
Freakazoid's going to go right through it, and Stanislaw's jumping up, so his recoil's a little bit crazy, but Tarek's there to recover. Stan does some damage with the Molotov, and actually, I mean, now they're both going to just clean things up. Assist for Stan and Tarek, and Sean is the last one left in a 1-on-5. He gets the kill on a Tarek jumping through the smoke, but there's still so much work to do. He's got plenty of time, but how unlikely would this be?
Very unlikely, but if Sean Garrett can manage, well, he doesn't manage, because Mixwell takes him out pretty easily. But in that situation, you just want to try to get 4 1-1s.
I mean, what a half, because it looked like EchoFox was making a good comeback. They were gonna even things up as close as possible, 8-7. They had the opportunity, but that green wall was erected and they stopped everything. So we'll be back for the second half in just a moment.
He's going to get the 1 kill in that bomb incoming onto the side. FNX has to stay up. Oh, he gets the triple FNX. Oh my God, what a way to win that round. They don't have a smoke, so this over still.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
Welcome back after that first half. EchoFox just falling a little bit short, failing on that last round against Just Pistols, or the second to last round against Just Pistols. But it is going to be the second half now, see if they can complete the comeback that they started in that first half. It was 5-10 in the favor of OpTic Gaming. What do you think? They got it in them?
What's your CT side? I don't know. I don't know about CT side.
What's your halftime speech? After you did everything so good. You did everything so good. You reset their economy finally after that whole half. It's looking like it's going to be 7-8, and then you stumble.
I'd be like, hey, you guys beat C9 yesterday, undefeated team. These guys are not better than C9. You guys need to take it to them, start bringing some AWPing. Let's get wild. Let's get whippy. Let's get a little crazy.
I don't
Two
even,
parts crazy, baby.
You don't even know what whippy means, do you?
It's getting crazy, Jason. That's all I know. You get crazy.
Perfect. I love it. 2 parts crazy, like just like last night.
Just, you can't play this like, especially as last night when you saw EchoFox. They weren't doing that well on their CT side. You know, they're going to have to try to mix something else. Maybe, hopefully, Shazam will have a big op game on this CT side because it's all about that op right now.
Yeah, he was extremely silent in that first half. Extremely quiet. So not the best performance from him. But, I mean, overall, I mean, even still for them to put themselves in the situation they did, it looked like it was going to be a great half out of them despite that. And just falter there at the end of the half. So 5 to 10 is where they sit. Obviously, the pistol round is always going to be critical. They lost the first one off that amazing triple kill from Stanislaw. But look at the performance out of Tarek and Mixwell. You know, I've had a lot of questions about Tarek throughout his career in CLG and even when he joined OpTic, but recently, this is part of the reason why I've been saying OpTic has impressed me, is Tarek has looked phenomenal in the last few weeks with this lineup. So Mixwell doing some work, and Shazam as well. We wanted him to wake up. There's a good start.
Very nice shot by Shazam, just taking 1 bullet and then backing out, repositioning himself, which is great. He's not over-peeking, overstaying his welcome. OpTic, though, is about to take out middle as they're smoking flash. They're going to do B-split right now. Shazam spots him. He gets overwhelmed by Mixwell. What a shot. Mixwell spots him back by Roka. Getting taken out by Rush.
Yeah, Shazam got styled and dunked upon with that burst fire. Not bad. And Stanislaw, he's going to try and control upper B tunnels with a teammate, and they actually trade kills. That's an unfortunate trade, a good trade for EchoFox, obviously. Rick's now, he's got the most HP. He's got to come in, but it's at range. He needs to win this battle, and Tarek, this is going to be so brutal. If Tarek plays this properly, he could just toy with them and hold them back so long. Mixwell's going to be here. They now know where 2 players are. Here they come streaming out of the site. Nice shot from Mixwell, and Tarek cleans it up. The 2 stars of OpTic are the last one left, and they're not going to let anyone defuse that bomb. Both pistol rounds go the way of OpTic. It's now 11 to 5.
Yeah, EchoFox. Boop. Nice first kill, but then again, just completely falling apart after that. It's like they couldn't hit their shots anymore, like after the first kill, and then OpTic just took advantage of that.
Yeah, the tough part, Shazam seemed to, he was fighting out those doors towards mid, and he just ran out of bullets. It seemed when Mixwell turned the corner, and that was just pretty dirty. But speaking of Mixwell, he gets tagged up through the door with the scout.
Yes, he does. And OpTic, they have 3 people outside long. Mixwell just still taking shots around middle. Looks like he's just going to just hold it there for a little bit. Freakazoid is pushed up on Cat. So he's going to run into Rush and Stanislav, who are making their way towards Cat. He gets blinded. Freakazoid taking shots. Takes out Stanislav, but a nice exchange by Rush.
Yeah, that was a team flash, though. I mean, that was a death that didn't need to happen. That was Rush's flashbang that caught him. So a little bit of miscommunication of where they're going, and then Rick's trying to go a little bit whippy, I believe you called it. Doesn't complete the kill, brings him down low, but Rush survives Roka as well. So, I mean, even though they're all spread up on the map, even though Rush is a little bit beat up in terms of HP, it's going to be a very easy win from here. Shazam with the scout, he even moved from the A site. He just said, I'm going to save this if they go that way. So he's going to try to, but it looks like OpTic's on the hunt.
Yeah, EchoFox, I think, is playing a little too many long-range angles with pistols, especially on a map like Dust2. There's a lot of long-range angles. Maybe you want to make them come out of a choke point, so kind of get a little crossfire going, you know? Like, just instead of trying to peek them in mid all the time.
Phenomenal board game.
Oh, yeah, crossfire? Oh, yeah, that's an old school one, Jason. It's old school.
Yeah.
I like it. I haven't seen it in a while. I don't know anyone that plays the game anymore.
They used to have the best commercials in the world.
It had a very catchy song. Crossfire, caught up in the action. Crossfire.
Do you actually still know the lyrics?
I think that all they say is crossfire.
Well, yeah.
Get caught up in that. I think that was the only 2 lyrics of the thing. Freakazoid, though. Tough Napfly. Why not? That's a good eco start.
Well, yeah, they got aggressive as a group as well. I pick them off, and now they're going to relocate. But unfortunately for Sean, Tarek opens up the B bomb site, and there's Mixwell just being a monster with the scout. Can't get that 3rd flick, but the pistol whip is nice. And there's onto Rix. He does tag him, but at range of that Galil, not a huge loss, that scout. So, I mean, a good amount of kills for EchoFox. It would be interesting to see if Rix decides to go for this. If he just hustles and he has time, if he gets 1 kill quickly, I don't think he's going to clear CT spawn, though. I don't think there's any chance he even looks that direction. It doesn't matter. He's not even going to try to. He just wants to save that AK-47, but Tarek punishes him.
Yeah, so EchoFox got 2 kills off the bat. It was a 5-on-3 situation. Then people just started peeking and pushing angles, which I think if you're in a 5-on-3 situation, make them come to you. Especially if you're a counter-terrorist, you have that 2-man advantage. why force kills? Make them plant the bomb, or at least make them come to a bomb site. I mean, you pretty much handed them kills right there. You knew they're coming out middle. At least you spotted one out middle, and you just kept running into them with their long-range rifles. Can't risk it too much, Jason. Just a little bit.
Just a little risk.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Mixwell is going to have a little risk with a small crack in those double doors. Just waiting to see if anyone's going to cross. But EchoFox is playing a very spread out. I mean, no one's too aggressive whatsoever. And I mean, maybe it's a product of the fact they don't have a whole lot of utility. They've got one smoke left on Freakazoid. He's going to be in CT spawn. And I mean, if OpTic probably knows this, by the way, because EchoFox and Freakazoid has been playing CT spawn since his Cloud9 days. Rush still can't win that battle. Freakazoid is going to be smoked off now, naded. A nice flashbang, though, slows things down. Freakazoid is at 3 HP. That's got to be rough. And look at EchoFox aggressively defending against this, and they get punished for it. That's both players that beat bomb site dead, and Freakazoid's way too low to actually try and support anything. Although, all things considered, it's a pretty even matchup. Mixwell's on 5, Freakazoid's on 3. In this 3-on-3 battle, it's going to have to be a retake, and EchoFox, they can't afford to give this up. They have to go for it. They have no kits, so they've got to go quick, and with 2 Molotovs, this is precious time for the EchoFox side. And Rix is still so far away. He's just now at the base of Catwalk. This is almost going to have to be a 2-on-3 attempt before he gets there. They don't have the time for this. Yeah, this is going to be really brutal. The Molotov goes out for Stan. He's going to have to peek. And he gets taken out by Shazam. That's a pretty good start, but Naf is in perfect position. I don't even think they can win this, even if they get on the bomb now. And there's a spray down. Naf, he gets 2. He's in a 1-on-1, but he's buying time, and he's just going to kill them all.
Yeah, that was a little too late. Even if they had the kill, they probably couldn't even win the round. So I think at that point, with no kits, one person like 8 HP, yeah, they have 2 kills. But I think at that point, you have to save the guns. Like, you have to save the guns. You have to play smart play.
I mean, the thought process is obviously it's 5-13. So if you don't win that round, you're essentially this is going to be the very, very difficult comeback for them. I mean, it was going to be either way. I just want to know, I'm not sure the communication error that might have caused Rix to be so far away 10 to 12 seconds into that bomb timer.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate, but like, again, if you want to win those kind of rounds, you got to put yourself in a position to win those rounds, and EchoFox was not in any position to win that round with no kits and low HP, and Rix just on the other side of the map almost. And EchoFox, though, they have Sean Garris on lower tunnels, Rix on Catwalk, so they have a pretty good crossfire, at least in the middle area, but OpTic kind of smells this out, and they decide to send all 5 people towards long.
Oh, they've spotted one. Tarek with the spray, just moonwalking forward. He does eventually get taken out by Rix, but it's going to be the bomb site for OpTic. Although it is a 3-on-3, there's a chance here. Stan covering a connector push from Roka. He's going to get the bomb planted. They're going to have Mixwell long with an AWP, and they have 2 Molotovs still, so this isn't going to work for EchoFox. I guess now their only option is to try and get a kill, try and get a gun. Even that, though, I don't think is going to be a possibility.
No, Mixwell spots them in CT spawn, and Flash and Molotovs are going. They are not going to get any gun. And at this point, OpTic just wants to fall back without losing any more armor or guns to them. Stan's off taking out Rix, and then Rush taking out Sean Garris. Now it's match point, and EchoFox does have money, so they have 2 ops as well.
A quick match point. This has been a very fast match. This is a very good performance out of OpTic Gaming. Not quite sure why I said that as if I was surprised. They've been playing very good lately.
They've been playing very well, and EchoFox usually has a strong Dust2, and they're just...
That's the other thing. EchoFox has been playing good as well lately, and this is a good map for them. So a tough match, at least this time. Rix, he does so much damage, but he can't get the kill. And that might just be the kind of night that EchoFox is having. Even Freakazoid as well. He gets the dink, but can't complete the kill. And quickly a 5-on-3. Roka's going to try and do his best attempt at evening things up, but it's not going to work. So 3 players have died over towards the A site. So much ground is gained by OpTic. They have so much map control. Sean and Roka both playing in towards middle. But this would be a monstrous round to come back into. They have the opportunity. Tarek, Stan, and Rush all low. I mean, Sean could easily get 3 kills at the right opportunity.
Yeah, they were so close, but so far. That long A setup, almost. I mean, if they got those 2 kills, it could be a way different round.
I mean, you saw Rix, right? You saw him. He gets the dink, and he's just so desperate. He's like, I know I dinked this guy. I know he's low. One more bullet, and he's dead. And then a flashbang pops, and he's blind. And he just because he's blind, he's just shooting over the top.
Overreached his boundaries, and he died because of it. It happens sometimes. You know, you headshot a person, like, I'm going to rush, I'm going to go kill him. And then you just get bodied, you know? You get headshot by a 5-7. It's usually what happens.
Well, one last attempt at a retake for EchoFox. I mean, Roka trades that, but it's just losing a value member of the team, and even the Molotov's going to slow things down. Another nice kill. He's got to push through the Molotov. Again, though, no kit. I'm not even sure he has time if he could get all the kills, and he can't. That's going to be game 16-5 for OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, that was a pretty beatdown right there from OpTic.
Not pretty. It was not a pretty beatdown.
It's pretty for OpTic.
Yeah, if you're an OpTic fan, you love that match, obviously. But rough. I mean, that was sick. But it comes down to the 2 stars of OpTic Gaming. It was Tarek, it was Mixwell. Fantastic performance from those guys.
Shots. They're hitting their shots. They're working well together. Nice flashes from OpTic as well. Just
yeah, we did see some really cool coordination, a little tactical teamwork.
That's what you need.
They got whippy.
They got whippy.
They got whippy.
They got a little whippy, a little crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're going to throw it over to the analysts to see their thoughts on the match. I mean, guys, Tarek and Mixwell were pretty nuts.
Yeah, I think whippy, 100% the most accurate word to describe that 16-5 beating we just saw. It didn't seem like EchoFox, when they had the opportunities to get back into that, there were some really big rounds, and they just weren't able to win the rounds that could have swayed that map the other direction.
Yeah, the main thing about that map was that they lost both pistols. As soon as EchoFox, you thought they were going to come back and make a good, I think it was their first half. You know, they get ecoed again. They do the cardinal sin of long A. When you're a terrorist and you're going out long, as soon as they cross to the left, you do not want to start peeking towards the corner. Those guys on the left can just swing out, kill you really easily, whether they have pistols, SMGs, or whatever. So cardinal sin there. They ended up losing that round. They lose the second half pistol. And they just couldn't get any footing. You know, they couldn't, hunker down and have an economy and string anything together.
Yeah, we saw they had a little bit of a slow start. OpTic, as we take a look at a replay, I think this is round 7. Early in the match, big lead already starting to mount for OpTic Gaming. EchoFox had a really good T side yesterday, but not so much CT side. So for them to have this much of ground to make up early is a very difficult thing for them to overcome.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think 2 of the early rounds, it was 4v5. This round, Rush peeked long A, killed Roka through the smoke. And then when you're going out mid B here, they had no type of pop flash, instantly dies, off that entry from Shazam onto Mixwell. And from there, it's just so easy for Tarek to go and hold the doors out, one guy coming out with no trade kills. Tough round to win, especially when it's 4v5 instantly like that.
And it started to feel like EchoFox was gonna reel that one back in. They had a chance for an 8-7.
Mm-hmm.
We saw yesterday they had this A execute with kind of the classic drop strat. Here they get control of the site, but they're just not able to hold it.
Yeah, Sean actually gets a great plant here. He's like, well, there's a molly here. I'm just gonna plant here. The interesting thing about this round is
actually they did hold it on this round, right?
Yeah, no, they win this round. The CTs basically become Ts, right? They're retaking from Catwalk. And look at all the Ts. They're in A site, they're A ramp, they're long pit. The bomb's planted perfectly for them. They have got a guy Goose. Essentially, this is what you'd see from Ts taking towards A, but instead it's the CTs going across.
Yeah, it's kind of like all right, guys, let's play CT side real quick. It's kind of the classic setup. You mentioned the player there, Goose. Tarek is able to get one before he gets traded out by Freakazoid. Good post-plant positioning there. And that was, again, that was kind of their go-to yesterday against Cloud9. It seems like that A-take is
it seems
very
like
successful.
that's been the meta right now, right? We saw that yesterday as well. Other teams were doing it, just constant smom drops. Liquid and Energy were both doing it, and it's just really tough to stop.
It is, especially because there are teams that do that. It's the same look, same feel, but they drop and they split towards B, and it catches the guy mid-off who's trying to rotate.
That's the thing that makes that strat so difficult to stop, is that even when you're hitting A, you have to respect the mid-B so much because it's so easily turned into a mid-B. So a lot of strats on different maps, you rotate so quickly. You're like, oh, it's a B exec, it's a B exec. But in this, you have to wait because it could instantly turn into, faking A and going into B.
Yeah, we've seen teams really struggle. You mentioned it's kind of the meta right now. Teams have really struggled to punish that. And then in the second half, EchoFox loses the pistol. NAF has what's a very, very quick 1 versus 3, and this was kind of what sealed the deal.
Yeah, and before this round, or before this occurred, their mid to B setup got stomped. Freakazoid actually made it into a 4v5, but then they took so long here. I don't even think they had a chance to defuse the bomb. Doesn't even look like they have a kit. So even though it turned into a 3v1, it really wasn't even close. I don't even think they could have defused had they gotten on the bomb.
Yeah, this is kind of 2 kills immediately here in the spray from Naf, and he does a good job of just taking swimming one. But yeah, the bomb was ticking down. I think there's probably like 6 seconds on that. That kill had been immediate. There was no kit. That round was already lost.
Yeah, and Shazam was struggling a lot that game. We saw even the rounds EchoFox won. They generally won with their riflers coming in, getting the entries. I think Freakazoid got an entry kill on the CT spawn, 2 of them. Then they took A that way. Another round, they did the same thing. Shazam was in pit. Nobody came for the post plant, really. He didn't get any action there. The other round, they won towards B. Sean killed 2 people. They took B. And the way EchoFox uses Shazam is usually towards post plants. That's usually when he gets all the kills, right? When they get the bomb down, it's 3v3, something like that. He's really good at that. He'll be, big box on Dust2. They'll go for it. He'll get 2-3 kills. That's where his strengths, are really good at.
That's where we tend to shine.
Yeah, where he shines. Yeah, exactly. So we didn't get to see that much from him this game.
Yeah, he was quiet, and not usually a map that he plays pretty well on. If you wanted to know how well Shazam usually plays on Dust2, there is a place that you can go for esports news and stats that would help provide that information. That is the Score Esports. You could take out your Google phone or Apple phone, go to the iOS or Google Play Store, search for the Score Esports app, download it, get it loaded, use it every day like all of us here at ESL, and don't go anywhere because when we get back, it's going to be the second map of the night between EchoFox and OpTic.